My name is Gabe Zollner. I was watching Representative Peter King. He was on Fox News, and they were asking him what he believes is going to happen with the Blind Sheikh, and why he thinks that Mohammed Morsi is coming to visit with Obama in the White House. And he sort of is perplexed as to why Obama won't simply come out and say that the release of the Blind Sheikh is off the table. Well, one of the comments that the representative made was that he thinks that Obama is trying to sort of reach out to Morsi, and the words that he used was he doesn't want to antagonize him. Oh, really? So we've got a guy who's been in prison 20 years because he tried to bring down the Twin Towers, and Morsi had promised to have him released as part of his inauguration, and now he's coming to Washington to try to see if they work on other kind of a deal. Well, see, what I think happened, and I've made a couple of videos on this, when that representative was given a visa to come from Egypt to meet with Obama and White House officials, they cooked up a plan, and that plan sort of fell apart on September the 11th, 2012 in Benghazi, Libya. That's where that sort of plan all fell apart. And so now, I guess Obama's between a rock and a hard place. And the reason I say that is because I do believe that he is Arab Muslim, and the Quran, I think, is very clear that a Muslim cannot take the life of another Muslim. So, and that's one of the reasons that the Pan Am bomber, you know, he was released as well, because like he was a Muslim, and you know, he was supposed to die, and he made it for another 3 years in Libya. He lived like a king for 3 years, but anyway, that's a different story. So what I think, Obama's between a rock and a hard place, you know. He wants to save the Blind Sheikh. I don't know how he's going to be able to pull that off, but I think he'll find a way, you know. I mean, he'll come up with some other scheme to free the Blind Sheikh, because that's what he's obligated to do. And what amazes me is that our members of Congress are so blind. Either that or they're terrified, because they do know the truth, and they know that Obama did orchestrate with whomever this little event in Benghazi, which is why he had given the orders to Woods and to Doherty to stand down. And if they would have stood down, this thing would have been, you know, a foregone conclusion. We wouldn't be having this discussion. What would have happened is that the ambassador would have been traded for the Sheikh. The American people would have been very excited because Obama would have been a hero. And the Muslim world would have been excited because Obama would have been a hero. You know, it was like a win-win. But anyway, I hope that eventually is what comes out of this. I doubt that it will. They're very good at covering things up, and I suspect real soon that he will exert executive privilege to bury the whole Benghazi thing, you know. But it'll be fascinating to see how he pulls this off, you know, how he gets the Blind Sheikh back to Egypt. And I think that he will. But I'm looking forward to seeing how that sort of unfolds. Actually, I'm not. I'm looking forward to the 15th of February, and I hope that the Supreme Court decides to take a close look at Obama's lack of eligibility and rip him out of the White House.